Hello, my cookies. Welcome to Russell Cooks. Got a great show today. I got a fantastic way to do chicken. I absolutely love it. I have done Peruvian-style chicken myriad of ways. This time, I'm going to be trying out and doing this smoking version on my grill, and I think it's going to be fantastic. I also got a few different dipping sauces that you can do with the chicken. It's going to look good. It's going to taste good. Yes, there's a little bit of prep that you got to do the night before, but altogether, this is a lot of hands-off time, and it's pretty quick. For this Peruvian-style chicken, we got a whole bunch of things that are going to go into this marinade. So first things first, we're going to gather our ingredients. This is Ucate paste. This is essentially black mint. This is from Peru. This is a Peruvian product. So I'm going to use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of this in my marinade. You're going to need garlic. You need a whole bunch of limes. You also got ground cumin, ground mustard, paprika, pepper, and salt. I'm just going to combine these things. I'm going to mince up garlic. I'm going to zest the limes, combine these things in a bowl, get them on my chicken. All right, first things first, let's do 2 teaspoons lime zest. So this is 2 teaspoons of lime zest. I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of lime juice. Next up, 6 cloves of garlic I'm mincing. Going in here, the lime juice is actually going to tame it a little bit, so it seems like this is a lot of garlic. It is not. Now I'm going to use this Ucate paste. It's a black mint, so it's not super minty. If you don't have this, you can't get it. Substitute a couple tablespoons of minced mint that you can get in the store, and about a teaspoon of dried oregano, and you get there close. So I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of this in the marinade. If you like it, go for 3. Yeah, I'll do 2 kind of heaping. There we go. I'm also going to put some in one of my dipping sauces. Okay, for salt, I got kosher salt. I'm putting a tablespoon in. Remember, this is a marinade. Kind of brining it. Doing 2 teaspoons of paprika. Now, if you aren't using wood chips or smoking, I would suggest using smoked paprika here. Give it a little bit of smokiness. You can even sub in a little bit of your salt for smoked salt. Doing 2 teaspoons of cumin, ground cumin. I'm doing a teaspoon of ground mustard. Let's just help give it a little depth, a little extra zing here. Teaspoon of cracked black pepper. Just gonna kind of whisk this up, combine all this. There we go. We got our marinade, easy peasy. Got my chicken. Pull off any extra skin here. Remove anything from the inside you don't want to eat or be in there when it's cooking. I find that if you want to remove the neck, you gotta kind of twist it like a kazoo. Come right off. I'm gonna loosen up skin here. Really get your fingers in there. Try not to tear the skin. You want the skin intact. Now I'm just gonna get this marinade between the skin and the chicken breast, and then again between the thighs and the chicken skin. You can always press on the skin here to help spread it out. We're gonna get it on the outside last. Just wanna make sure I have enough cover in here. And I'm gonna put some inside the cavity. Any large clumps of garlic that happen to slip through should go in there. And then the rest of it, rub over the chicken. Now get it in a Ziploc bag, refrigerate it. Remember, overnight. So do this the night before. I find if you grab it by the legs and you lift it up, it kind of stretches out, gets nice and thin. And you're able to kind of get it in. Plastic bag here. Zip it up, get in an airtight bag, get it in your fridge. So magically, my chicken has now rested for about 16 hours. You want it to sit in the fridge 16, 24 hours. The longer, the better. Yes. If you have a vertical roaster, you can absolutely use that on a grill as long as it's not so high that your grill can't close. I'm going to spatchcock it. And that's just essentially taking out the spine. It's going to lie flat, skin side up. The skin's going to kind of melt, turn crispy, and all that extra fat is kind of going to drip over everything. Gonna get really good smoky flavor on top. I've already preheated my grill. My grill's heating up. I got all the burners on. When I get the chicken on, I'm going to turn my center burners off, and I have exterior burners on either side that I'm gonna leave on, and I'm gonna try and keep the grill oven temperature, if you will, around 375. If you have burners that you can't just do either side, you can only kind of do one side or another, put the chicken on one side, have the burners be on the other side, And then don't forget, you got to rotate your chicken a little bit more often. I'm going to rotate my chicken at least once. If you're doing it the other way, rotate it maybe 4 times. I also have a cup of wood chips that I have soaked for about 15 minutes. I have a little smoker box that I'm going to put these in on my grill. If you don't, put them in some heavy tin foil or aluminum foil, just a nice square packet, put them on, fold it up, make it as airtight as possible, and then punch some holes in it. All right. And throw that directly on your burner when you're heating up your grill, and it'll start getting smoky. For the chicken, I'm going to spatchcock it. I'm going to take out the backbone. I like kitchen shears here. Just take it, cut it. You can use a knife if you want to. I prefer kitchen shears. It makes quick work of it. I bet I can do it in less than a minute. Tuck those wings. Really press on it. You want it flat. Almost like you're giving it CPR. There we go. Nice and flat. Marinating. Got the marinade down here as well. This looks beautiful. My grill is hot. I'm going to get it on. I'm going to turn off those center burners. Don't forget, you have to clean and oil the spot where the chicken's going to be. I've shut off my middle burners. You can smell that smoke coming out. You just got to let that cook until it's cooked through. You want the thighs at least 175, and you want the chicken breasts at least 165. That includes some carryover cooking, so I might pull it a teeny bit before that in hopes that it gets up to that proper temperature. I'm going to check it 30 minutes, flip it around, rotate it. Another 30 minutes, I'll temp it. Hopefully it's done in about an hour. While we wait, we're going to make our dipping sauces. Now these are delicious. I absolutely love these. First one I'm going to do is the easiest. This is the amarillo version, the ají amarillo. It's Peruvian dipping sauce. It just means yellow sauce, essentially. You can do this with mayonnaise, or you can do it with sour cream. First things first, let's gather our ingredients. You need sour cream, you need mayonnaise, you need a garlic clove, you need a lime, and a little bit of this guacamole paste. God, I'm gonna get canceled. And then last but not least, you're gonna need a little bit of ají amarillo. Now this is extremely spicy, which is why I'm cutting it with a little bit of sour cream and a little bit of mayonnaise. It'll add really nice richness. You're gonna want about a tablespoon of lime juice. And do 1 garlic clove, so about a teaspoon of minced garlic here. I'm only going to put about a teaspoon of this black mint in. I'm going to be doing a green sauce that really uses a lot more of this. And then I have this yellow pepper puree stuff here. And I'm just going to put in maybe a heaping tablespoon here. You can absolutely adjust this to taste. If you want it spicier, put more in. If you want it less spicy, you can always cut it with additional mayonnaise or sour cream. For the sour cream, I'm going to be doing about 1/3 cup here. And then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Mix all that together. And you got yourself a dipping sauce here. You can absolutely do this the night before too. You marinate your chicken, make the sauces, put it in the fridge, and then the next day, all you got to do is cook the chicken. Woo! Get a little bit of that richness. The lime comes through, and then bam, that hot yellow pepper just coats the tongue. Now this is not like see-through time hot. Not too spicy for me. It's pleasant. And remember, you're gonna be eating this with chicken. It's there, it's a tingle. It's nice. It's not like a flashbang went off in my mouth and now I'm like disoriented. This is like, hey, get a little bit of richness, get a little bit of the lime and that garlic, and then boom, spice. This is gonna be good with that chicken. Next up, we're gonna be doing the green sauce. Let's gather our ingredients. You need some of this black mint paste. You need a jalapeno. You're gonna need some washed cilantro, sour cream, mayonnaise, another garlic clove, some cotija, and then some more lime juice. Let's get started. The black mint doesn't have any spice in it, so we're gonna be adding in about a jalapeno. All right, let's mince it up good. For the cilantro, I love cilantro. I'm gonna be using about 1/4 cup. Not quite minced, smaller than chopped. 1 garlic clove, minced. Try and get 2 tablespoons of lime juice here. I'm going to do about a tablespoon of this black mint paste. Third cup of sour cream. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Finally, I'm going to add some grated cotija. If it's finely grated, maybe 2 tablespoons. If it's a little bit more coarse, maybe go up to 3. Now we're just going to mix all this around, and you got yourself a green dipping sauce for this chicken. Now you can throw this in a blender or a food processor and get it smooth. That's a little bit more traditional. Let me give it a taste. Garlic, lime. You get that mint, cilantro. It's fantastic. It's not as spicy as the other one too. So if you have spice intolerant people, this is the one for them. All right, it's time to rotate that chicken. Let's do it. All right, chicken's looking good. I cranked the heat. The heat dropped a little bit too much, so I cranked it back up. I'm gonna temp it in a little bit, but then I think it needs about 30 more minutes. All right, so the chicken's been cooking almost an hour and a half. So I had a much bigger chicken. This thing was like 4.5 pounds. So it definitely took to the end of the range, 1 to 1.5 hour range. If you have a much smaller chicken, 3.5 pounds, you might be closer to that 1 hour mark. Let's go check it out. All right, here we go. Ooh-wee, look at that. Look at that mahogany skin. It's got a little bit too dark right there. That's okay. Look at that. It's stunning. Yeah, a little dark, but oof, mahogany-ness all around. Don't forget to turn your grill off. Here we go. Now, unfortunately, you got to let it rest. I know you want to dive into it, but just took it off the hot grill. It's really hot. It's going to take at least 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. Let it rest. Let those juices settle. If you cut into it now, your board's going to be covered in juices that you want in the chicken. Don't forget, they also have other types of hot peppers here. You got the rocoto and the ají blanca. Now, these are both other ones that you can sub. And if you don't want to do the yellow, you can do a red or a dark red. They're fantastic. Look at this. It's really mahogany. It did get a little bit dark right here. We're okay with that. Can't wait to try this with some of the dipping sauce. Got a little cilantro here. Get it on there. Always serve with lime wedges. So I'm going to start with a little bit of chicken breast here. It's delicious. The marinade really comes through. Get a little bit of that black mint. It's not minty. It kind of has like a sharpness to it. Helps cut through some of the more overpowering flavors, but it's right there. It really complements this chicken. Now let's try this verde sauce. Now this is the one with the jalapeno, the black mint, the cilantro, garlic, lime. Oh my gosh. It's such an evolution of flavors. You get that richness from the sour cream and the mayonnaise. Then all of a sudden the cilantro and black mint, they hit your tongue at the same time. All of a sudden the jalapeno, you get a little bit of that crunch. The jalapeno's right there. Add a little bit of spice as the garlic is coming in too. And garlic adds a little bit of heat as well. And it's just really robust. Oh man. Now let's try this yellow one. This is gonna be spicy. Look at how juicy this chicken is. It is so moist. All right, here we go. Woo! Spice hits you. Yeah, you get the marinated chicken. You get a lot of that richness. It doesn't have the flavor depth of the green. I really prefer the green a little bit more because the yellow doesn't really have that flavor depth. But what it does is just builds that heat. So on a really hot summer day, this is what probably I'd choose. Sitting outside, I'm gonna do a little squeeze here. I'm gonna get a little bit more. I love this green. This skin is so crisp. Look at this. You can probably hear the crunch. Look at that marinated meat. Look at this. Look, the bone. Look at this. Comes right out. So tender. Hear the crunch. That skin breaking. This is so good. Let's do a little bit of green. A little bit of yellow. Combine them. Here we go. This is phenomenal. I love this dish. Make the marinade. Get the chicken in it. Make your sauces ahead of time. The next day, all you gotta do is cook your chicken. Hour to an hour and a half of hands-off time. I'm really interested. If anyone makes one with the red sauce, follow the yellow sausage recipe, but use the red pepper? Let me know. Let me know how it turns out. I'm about to go do it, but I want to see your thoughts. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for showing up. You know, drop me a like, a follow down below. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitch. The links are below. Thanks so much. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.